guys, it's Zen Mama Llama. Happy International Women's Day. So in honor of that, I'm probably going to do 2 videos today, but the first one is going to be on things that I would tell my younger self. And I know I've done this before. I'm going to give you 10 top things today that I would have done or would have told my younger self. So those with daughters, those who just need to hear this, those who are younger girls, please listen, because these are things that if I would have learned earlier in life, I probably would be further than I am now on this happiness journey, because happiness is a journey. It's not a destination. So my first one, actually, I think I went over 10, so I'm probably gonna wrap some up. Okay, anyway, number 1, be authentic. That is the biggest thing I can tell you. Figure out who you are as a person, what your likes are, what your dislikes are, and be authentic. Don't just fall into any crowd and take on their characteristics. Find out if that's really what you want. Follow your interest and find those who are interested in it. Be that leader for yourself. Being authentic is one thing that I wish I had learned a lot earlier in life, because once I was, it was amazing. The people who love me stick around, and the ones who don't, bye-bye. And it's okay, right? Loving yourself. So that falls right back into it. To be authentic, you have to love yourself. And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, because we're our own worst enemies. So look in the mirror. Anything that you don't like about yourself, figure out how to change it. You can always change. Always. That's up to you. Not me, you. Only you can change yourself. Not anybody else. Nobody can force you to do anything. They can try to persuade you. They might try to hurt you. But realistically, nobody can make you do anything else. It's on you. You make a mistake, own up to it, fix it. Weeding out fake and toxic people. When you're authentic and when you love yourself, you weed out those people unintentionally. Some people just don't want to be around somebody who's happy because they're so miserable with their life. And that's okay. You don't need them. You don't need them at all. In fact, they're doing you a favor by leaving. So if you're dating somebody and he breaks up with you, bye-bye. Don't come back. But I love him so much. I'm sure you do, but I promise you, if he left you, he'll do it again. I can promise you that. I have learned from experience. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. If somebody breaks up with you, don't go back. Usually men come back because they're wanting to feel loved, or they want a power play. Don't let them. Don't let them. It's not okay. Love yourself. Be authentic. Know when to weed people out of your life. And you don't have to say peace out. You can just stop returning their phone calls. I mean, if they're a best friend, you probably want to talk to them about it, but I'm assuming your best friend's not going to be toxic. But if they are, and the same go with parents. I know I have a really good friend whose parents are very toxic. And she, at 44, finally weeded them out of her life and is so much better for it. But they were constantly bringing her down. They were jealous of their own daughter. And that's it. Some parents never grow up, and that's not your fault. That's their fault. And you can choose to love them through it and shield yourself. And in some cases, you might have to cut that cord. But if you're authentic and you love yourself, you're going to know when to do that and when not to, because you love yourself and you're not going to let anybody take advantage of you. Just not. You're going to stand up for yourself. And that's another one on my list. Stand up for yourself. You seeing a theme here? When you're authentic, when you love yourself, you stand up for yourself more, and you're not afraid to stand up for you more. Face your fears head on, ladies. Head on. Don't go around. Don't put your head under the covers. Put on your big girl panties and face those fears head on. It's hard. I have just recently started. I got my domain for my zenmamalama.com. I am building a webpage for you guys. I am so excited about what's to come in the future, but it's a little scary. It's hard to juggle it all, but I'm being authentic and I'm loving myself, and I know I'm going in the right direction. So that's what matters. Say no more and say yes less. And I had to learn that lesson this week. I was trying to please everybody around me, my husband and my kids, and I stressed myself the F out trying to figure out how I was going to get my kids to all these activities they wanted to go to. Can't do that. So I took a step back and said, okay, this is what I need to do for me to be happy, for everybody else to be happy. We need to take a step back. We need to say no. I know you want to do this, but we need to figure out something else. And we did, and everybody's happy. I'm so proud of myself for standing up for myself, and you will be too. Stand up for yourself. Love yourself enough to know when you need to stand up for yourself, because that is a huge, 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 huge thing. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And I'm improving that every single day with this new website. Like I thought I was able to build websites. I know HTML. Well, I'm building it in something different, and it's a little scary, and it's taken me a little bit longer to do. And I'm also trying to get certifications, and I have a lot on my plate right now between working a full-time job, small little children, a husband, cleaning the house. But I know that I can do this. I know that I can. It might take me a little longer than I wanted to. To be completely honest, I wanted this stuff live last week. I'm now coming to the realization it's probably going to be a month or two, but that's okay. I'm doing it. I'm taking a bite off every single day, but I'm doing it because I can do anything I want to. As long as I set my mind to it, I set that goal, I can do it. And so can you. So do not doubt yourself. Love yourself. Be authentic. Weed out those toxic people. And just remember, you can do anything you set your mind to. Learn from those mistakes. Mistakes are the way you learn. If you don't make mistakes, you will never succeed. If you never fail, you never succeed. If you don't fail and make mistakes, you don't appreciate your successes. So you need to fail. You need to make mistakes. Make a lot of mistakes. Learn from them. Try new things. Take on your fears. And if you fail, that's okay. You learned. Remember that failing is okay. Do not be afraid to fail, because we all fail. The best people in the world have failed before they get to success. It's how life works. You have to struggle through things to really appreciate those things in life. Always be kind. You can always be kind. I really honestly wish I had learned this a lot earlier in life. But you can always be kind. And yes, we have those moments when we're frustrated and mad and we let our emotions get the best of us. But if we can take a deep breath and we can remember that we always can be kind, we're spreading that kindness, and that just keeps on going. And that's what you want. You want to be able to spread that kindness. Just this morning, I had a neighbor leave a package on my door because it got misdelivered to her. And she took the time to find me on Facebook just to let me know. It was amazing. I was so appreciative of her. And things went from there. I was able to find out about a local group that we have on Facebook for her area to help spread kindness. And it was just like it was meant to be. So always be kind. Always. You can never go wrong with being kind. Even if somebody's being mean to you, you can still be kind back. It's one thing that I've really have tried to teach my children, and it's just going to make the world a better place. That happiness comes from within. You know that already, though. Nobody else can make you happy. You are the only one that can figure out what makes you happy. Meditate, pray, do whatever you need to do to figure that out. But that also comes from being authentic and loving yourself. That happiness will come if you're authentic and you love yourself. You can't help but be happy because you're okay with who you are. And that's probably the biggest reason that people are not nice, is because they don't love themselves. The meanest people out there are probably the ones who hate themselves the most. You don't want to be that person. Love yourself. And y'all know me. I've said this before. Find your people and love them hard. love them hard. When you find those people that speak to your soul and that are there for you no matter what condition you're in, no matter what your beliefs, like, find those people and love them hard, because you don't want them to go. You want to love them as much as they're going to love you. And I promise you, if you love on people the way you want to be loved on, they will. And if they don't, they're not your people. Let them go. I'm sorry this video was so long today, but in honor of International Women's Day, I just really felt that this message was very important. Be authentic, love yourself, find that happiness from within, weed out those fake and toxic people, stand up for yourself, say no more, and yes, less. You can do anything you set your mind to. So face those fears head on, learn from your mistakes, always be kind, and find your people and love them hard. That's all I got for y'all today. Signing off.